I think we have the perfect strategy for this week's mutation mission in StarCraft 2. It's called Temple of Pain. The hardest wars are those of attrition. The temple is under siege, minerals can be difficult to harvest, and Amon's army is both resilient and fanatical. Hold out as long as you can and hope it is enough. So the first thing to note is that we're going to be playing on the Temple of the Past. The first mutator is called Mineral Shields. Mineral clusters at player bases are periodically encased in a shield, which must be destroyed for gathering to continue. Secondly, we have a barrier. Enemy units and structures gain a temporary shield upon the first time they take damage. And last but not least, we have Avenger. Enemy units gain increased attack speed, armor, and life when nearby enemy units die. Alright, so here's the strategy, and I actually do think that this should work quite nicely. I'm gonna be playing Vorazun, and Sushi, my ally, will be playing Artanis. And the both of us are gonna focus on one unit only. We're gonna be massing as many Archons as we possibly can. Of course, since I'm playing Vorazun, I will be, mind controlling enemy units as well, as I will be focusing on Dark Archons. But we are gonna try and overwhelm them with as many of these psionic units as we can. Now, of course, since Archons are very, very gas heavy, we'll also be spending some of our money to build up as many cannons as we possibly can to hopefully defend the temple. I honestly do think that this should be a pretty good strategy, everything considered, because of course we're not gonna get that many minerals anyway, and Archons are very, very gas heavy, so we'll see. Anyways, as far as my mastery points go, first off, I've got the black hole duration, which I think is going to be very helpful, just because Archons are very efficient at killing stuff that is, closely compacted together. Secondly, we've got the Shadow Guard duration up by 5 seconds, because I felt like that would be a good idea. And secondly, I also have the time stop unit speed increase up by 19%. And for power set 3, I've got 87 initial and maximum Spear of Adun energy. Alright, Sushi is in the party, Brutal has been selected, it's time to jump into it. Alrighty, here we go. I genuinely think that this is going to be a good strategy. The third mutator is a scary one, though.
Entaro Adun, commanders. Our forces are engaging Amon's minions across Shakuras, but the Dark God seeks this temple's demise. It will take time to activate the temple's power and repel his assault. Your objective is to defend it until that time comes.
Alrighty.
Ready yourself. We must ensure its survival.
So, a couple of things we need to keep in mind. First off, we're gonna need a cannon here behind our mineral line in just a little bit. Because if I'm not mistaken, if I recall correctly, from seeing those cases on my mineral fields in the past, I believe the cannons are automatically gonna fire at it. So that should be making it a lot easier as well. Also, of course, I got the black hole in combination with Artanis' Spear of Adun, which should be very helpful. On top of that, I want to try and get my gases out as early as I possibly can, just because Vorazuns, of course, mine automatically, which is going to be very helpful. And on top of that, I want to knock down the rocks right here on our naturals as soon as I can with the Shadow Guard. As soon as I get them available, I will try and set them up as well. I'm going to try and get a cannon at the top of this ramp, because this is where the first attack wave will indeed come from, and look at that. The assimilator is already generating some gas. Now, initially, we're definitely going to be flooding a lot of gas, but considering we're going to be massing Archons, I think that the sooner we can get our gases up, the better this is going to be. Don't exactly know how many cannons we're going to need here in the earlier part of the game. Let's actually try and maybe see if we can set up a second one. I'm going to leave a little bit of room in between the cannons, just for the Archons to move in there a little while later as well. Now, I am a little bit worried for the very first waves that will come out. I think once we get a big army going, it's going to be a little bit easier, but early game it's going to be just a little bit scary. So here's the first case is actually already happening here. Can we kill that easily with a couple of probes? I don't really know exactly. What I will do though is put a pylon right there behind my mineral line. And we'll put up a cannon here in just a little bit. Yeah, okay, so they are indeed gonna deal with that just fine. Anyway, did I not send a probe over there? That's alright. As long as I hit the black hole on the first attack wave, though, that will shortly be coming in. We should be in a good spot. Okay. Attack wave is coming in right now. It's gonna be Zealots. Good to know. Okay. And we'll try and knock down his rocks here ASAP too. Okay. Black hole. Oh no, they actually get so much stronger. They actually get so much stronger when enemies die close to them. Whew, I hope we're gonna be fine here. That's all my energy at the very least. Yeah, they are plenty powerful, right? I am just barely gonna be able to keep that alive. Okay, perfect. Not even close. Not even close. All right. Let's go ahead and get ourselves the Twilight Council. That first attack wave was the scary one. I think we're actually gonna be fine. Already a bit of a messy setup, but it's okay. Expansion will finish up in just a little bit. And I should probably start attacking this with probes for now, while also getting up at least 2 cannons behind the mineral line, so we can use those in a little bit to get rid of these casings. Very good. There we go. So I'm gonna need quite a couple of probes here. Once again, though, ooh, there's actually a lot of units here coming in. I don't know if he's gonna be able to hit that right now. Oh, okay, well, that should get rid of that. That should get rid of that. Totally worth it. Totally worth it. That's one of the longest cooldowns in the game. Totally worth it. Alright, perfect. I don't know if that was worth it. That was a little bit more than what I had anticipated, but whatever. I'm gonna get the cannon, or the shield upgrades right here for my Archons as soon as I can as well. And right now we're getting the Dark Shrine up. Dark Shrine should make this quite a bit more doable. I'm gonna have to set up our very first pylon here as well. And shortly we're gonna have to deal with different waves here too. This is getting a little bit scary. I don't think I can steal, I don't think I can steal, hybrids, but... Alright. They're once again gonna push over here.
The temple is beginning to awaken. It won't be long before
I want to get these upgrades here as soon as I can. Okay. That should be alright. Couple of storms here in the earlier part of the game, but shortly we are going to be making that switch towards mass Archon. There's already a lot of units here, though. I could go ahead and use time stop. That's gonna leave my cannons a little bit more room here to try and deal with all of this stuff. And I'm gonna try and see if I can get a couple more gateways out. Man, that thing is strong. 2000 HP. Whoo! No way! I mean, it's slowly taking damage. We're gonna be able to deal with this eventually, but the next wave is already coming in as well. Look at the amount of stuff. Oh man, maybe I should have saved my Shadow Guard in the earlier part of the game. Also, going up against Protoss is not going to make this easier, because they already have such powerful units. Oh my god, that thing is insane! It's got 1 billion HP. Okay, I think I'm going to have to save the Shadow Guard for the very first attack wave. Alrighty, same map, but a bit of an adjustment right here in the strategy. Instead of using my Shadow Guard to knock down the rocks, I'm going to do so with cannons instead. I also want to put my cannons in a position where they're going to be helpful a little while later into this match as well, to get rid of all of those encasings. Secondly, I still want to make sure that I get a couple of cannons set up on the ramp, but that does mean that we don't need to necessarily rush it out nearly as quickly as we have so far. Last but not least, my ally is going to use his solar bombardment right when the very first hybrid wave comes in. And hopefully, through those combined efforts, we're going to be able to keep that, you know, that setup going and not lose all too many things just yet. Because I think that if we spent, you know, too much money in the early game, we're just going to run out a little while later. So, getting this set up right now should hopefully make this a little while easier the later we go into this game. I did not quite anticipate, though, that the enemies would become that strong because of the third, you know, mutator that we ran into. It's just gonna simply make all of the enemy units stronger when nearby enemy units die next to them, and that's rather tricky to deal with. I also wonder what's gonna happen if I mind control those units. Are they gonna become a lot more powerful? I don't think I can mind control the hybrids, but am I gonna get like the strong version or the weak version of those units? Anyway, if you could go ahead and start knocking down these rocks, that'd be great. I am also gonna have to set up a cannon right over here. Yeah. Gonna try and set up a cannon right over here too. And very shortly I want you guys to go back to mining. There we are. Shadow Guard is available right now. I would like to activate it right away, so we're gonna trigger that cooldown ASAP once again. It's a 3-minute cooldown, so we need to get that up as fast as we possibly can.
Detecting enemy forces. Templar, prepare to intercept.
Okay. Let's see. Ready? Let's gonna be Terran this time around. Yeah, so look at them. They actually do become a lot more powerful already. I don't know if I can do anything with these guys.
The temple's Zendastones are reacting to our actions. I suggest demolishing them for safety's sake.
Is that even possible? Can I attack it already? Oh, I can. I don't even know if that's gonna give us the bonus objective here already. That'd be hilarious. Alright, we'll see. They're actually dealing a lot of damage. Look at that. Apparently this is already dealing with it just fine. I did not anticipate that working.
We have 2 more Zendastones.
That's hilarious. Okay, let's get ourselves the Dark Shrine up. And also, a couple of cannons right here at the top of the ramp would be very helpful. They are indeed jumping in right now with mechanical-based units. So they're not automatically firing. That's a little disappointing. I will have Black Hole available here in just a little bit. I'm gonna have to cancel one of those to get my expansion up here. Because if we're not gonna get the gases out, right, we're gonna be in a little bit of trouble. I think we also need the resources here as soon as we can. Okay, here we go. Whoa, look at the size of that thing! I don't know if we're gonna be able to kill that. I don't know if my allies got anything right here, for example, but... I mean, I can use them once again, right? But... Whew. Nice. Using feedback right there to try and make that happen. That's a good idea. Alright. This is actually not gonna be an easy mutator at all. This is gonna be a really tricky one. Once again, gonna try and get the shield upgrade.
They will soon regret facing us.
Try and see if I can get the second units right here ready as well. Shadow Guard available.
Defenses are proving effective. Soon the temple will be ready.
And I want to, of course, get mind control here too. This is gonna make this significantly easier. Okay. I hope that these things would automatically fire, but sadly that's apparently not quite gonna be the case. Gonna use Confusion on them here as well. Okay. Okay, that's good. Maybe I didn't need to use the Shadow Guard there, to be honest with you. Okay, get you guys in there. We need to try and keep this alive for as long as we can, of course. Good. That was good. That's exactly what we were hoping for. I'm actually already done making probes right now as well. Gonna try and set up some pylons over here. Another attack wave coming in right now already? I thought it would come up from the next area here instead. Oh, that's alright. More of these things. Beautiful. We need to keep our Archons alive though.
It will severely harm the temple for as long as it lives.
Okay. I wonder if we're gonna have enough units out here at this point in the game. I'm a little worried that I won't. Look how big these units are, but here we go. The Archons are going to town. This is exactly what I had anticipated. Although, we actually do have a little bit of range on them. This is not all too terrible. Confusion is actually really nice here as well. What's it called? Yeah, Confusion. They now start at full energy as well, and of course Dark Archon can soon use mind control. It's gonna make them quite a bit more powerful. Good! Nice! That's it. Gotta be careful here though. There's gonna be 2 big attack waves here.
Attack our enemies while time is distorted.
I am activating emergency shields.
I don't know if we need emergency shields right now. That should make that a little bit easier. Right when that upgrade disappears. That's still a lot of units. So right now, if I steal one of these Vikings, now sadly they're not going to be a powerful variant of it. I think they actually shrunk back down in size. Alright, good. Do still have a couple of Vikings now though.
Strike them down.
Okay, very good. I don't know exactly where these hybrid are going to be located, though. I would like to have some of those things. Thank you very much. I do have to be careful, though, that I don't spend too much time here either. I'm going to try and steal as many of these units as I can. There we go. I got a couple of them. I do need to get quite a lot of pylons out, though. There's a hybrid over there right now as well. Try and help my ally out there. Can I steal them? Sadly, I cannot. That would be incredible, but sadly, that's not quite going to happen. Getting the second upgrader here as well. Okay, good. Actually holding myself right, you know, quite well. I'm gonna try and steal as many of these things as I can. While also using confusion here. Dark Archon are incredibly good. Okay, solar bombardment once again forced to get used there. I do have a pretty solid amount of army, but I think that I'm gonna spend my next resources here trying to set up some cannons for my ally site. There's also a push coming in over here.
Amon has sent his servants against us.
Good.
The temple is halfway toward activation.
Nice! This is not bad!
Maintain our defenses, commanders.
We need to actually target fire down the hybrid, no? If we can do that, I think that would make it significantly easier, although we're losing a lot of stuff right here. Whew, why are there so many hybrids?
Avoid thrashers bombarding the temple. You must end its assault.
That was actually not nearly as useful as I had hoped. I mean, sure, we dealt with one of them, but right now there's two massive ones here. How would we ever deal with that? Maybe we can bait them towards the cannons. That would help. Oh, man. Look at the amount of stuff moving in right now.
The temple is under attack.
I don't think we can hold this.
Will see to its protection.
We held really quite nicely there earlier.
Hybrid detected. Marking location now.
Man,
Ready yourself.
we're right now getting barely any income here either.
The hybrid. Shielding our warriors now.
My probes are being sent off the line just to try and deal with this. Power overwhelming, alright. Okay. Maybe it can deal some damage here to these units as well. Bases are currently under threat everywhere, and I'm afraid that this is going to be game over.
Thank the gods you are here, commanders. We do not have much time before Amon assails this temple. Its activation has begun, but it needs more time to be completed. Defending the temple until then is your main objective.
The Templar will see to its protection.
Alrighty. So, we've come to the realization that we just simply don't have enough damage output if we're gonna both go mass Archon. I felt like my Archons were doing quite well there, actually. They were doing a pretty solid amount of damage, but it seems like just the burst damage that you need is not gonna be very good if you're both going Archons, just because, of course, Storm from Artanis' Archons doesn't deal nearly as much damage as the Confusion as well as the Mind Control right there. So, here's what we've come up with. I'm still gonna be focusing on as many Archons as I possibly can, and I won't be deviating from that strategy. However, my ally will be spending some more resources to just simply try and get an army out that's actually suitable at killing Amon's units as well. So rather than just immediately focusing on Archons, maybe he still will. Decide to go for Archons. He's gonna make the army composition from the enemies decide what kind of unit composition he's going for himself. Other than that, the strategy has not changed too much, but it does mean that we're gonna have less Archons you know, roaming the battlefield, sadly. But it's just not, like, the third mutator is just too strong. I don't think we could make it work if we're just gonna be focusing on that one. Anyway, let's go ahead and get once again started with teching up to these higher tier units. I think we're gonna have to try and get those out as soon as we can. The Archons are very good though. I was actually pleasantly surprised, genuinely surprised right there with the amount of damage mind control could do, as well as the fact that wow, 3 right away? Whoa, that's not fair. Anyway, I was pleasantly surprised right there with the amount of damage that we managed to do right there with the mind control, as well as the confusion. It was very nice. Anyway, Shadow Guard is available. I'm once again going to use it on the very first objective point instead. Quite like that we can do the bonus objective that way as well.
The enemy is en route to our base. Nerazim, ignite your blades.
Bring it on! Loko's ready! Zerg.
Hostile Zerg forces sighted.
Get him.
The Temple's Zendastones are reacting to our actions. I suggest demolishing them for safety's sake.
I wonder how good Zerg is going to be actually when we're fighting this kind of thing. It may not necessarily be the most ideal setup. Regardless. Here we are. I'll still be spending, of course, leftover resources. I'm getting myself up a bunch of these, there we go.
Shattered a Zenith stone. 2 more await you.
Still gonna be spending a bunch of my money on getting as many cannons up as we can. I think that's gonna be rather helpful here as well. And let's go ahead and get 2 photon cannons right behind the mineral line. I was hoping that we were gonna automatically fire there, but sadly that was not quite gonna be the case. Apparently it's fully randomized. Very good. Like I started right here with the Twilight Council. And right now, I will try and see if I can get myself maybe a couple of cannons up. I am gonna have to hit this this thing though. Okay, here we go. Whew. Good. If you kill them fast enough, they don't seem to gain that much value out of this situation actually. Not bad at all. Alright, nice. Didn't try to rush it out there. I think that was definitely the correct choice. If you could go ahead and continue killing those rocks, that would be very helpful. And now that we've got 2 bases ready to go, that's already going to make life significantly easier. Gonna be able to get my dank shrine out. Right there. And I'll try and see if I can get the energy upgrade here a little bit faster as well.
Hybrid identified. Ready yourselves. Amon has let loose the hybrid.
Once again, do have Shadow Guard ready to go. Got Shadow Guard.
Our defenses are proving effective. Soon the temple will be ready.
Do you use yours? Or I don't know exactly what his plan is. Okay. Actually, nuking down the hybrid first is probably a good idea before it gains too much HP. There we go. Let's go ahead and get the Argus Crystal out as soon as we can. There we go. And of course, I'm gonna have to set up some things over there. Let's get the shield upgrade going. And with only a handful of probes remaining, I think we're in a pretty good spot. Hey, they were still dealing damage. Good job, little Dark Templar. Good job. Alright, I can start making my my Dark Archons right now. Don't really know if I want to do that before the upgrade is done. We'll wait for just a second. I'm in no particular rush, because if that's going to increase the energy that we have, that would make it a lot better already.
The temple is under siege from a Void Thrasher. Slay it before it deals too much damage.
Once again, beautifully done there by my ally. Really teamworking here, right? We're doing some solid teamwork. I like it. And having the zealots out right now is going to make this a lot easier as well. There we go. The zealot damage output, of course, much higher than that of a... much higher than that of a group of Archons there. I mean, Storm is just not going to be as helpful, right? At this point in the game. Whereas, of course, Mind Control and Confusion are incredibly helpful. Very powerful indeed. Alright, well that's me low on gas. I'm gonna try and see if we can get some cannons started over here. Yep. Bushes will be coming in here very shortly. I'm gonna try and steal the high tier enemy units. Well, none of these are particularly high tier. I guess I can take the Hydralisk though. Hydra should still be quite helpful. Okay, there we go. Gotta build up that cannon count here. Eventually we're gonna be able to power through this, but initially it's gonna be a little tricky. Let's get ourselves +2 armor. There we go. I got some roaches and ravagers now, or roaches and hydras now. Very good. Alrighty. Another attack wave coming in. I got my Dark Templar here, my Shadow Guard ready to go for this next attack wave. I want to have more Dark Archon. Come on. Oh my god.
Our enemies are cloaked. We must plan accordingly.
Target firing down the hybrid there. Making them fight each other using confusion. Got him. I can go ahead and maybe set up some cannons over here as well. There we go. It's gonna lower my base defenses just a little, but very nice. Oh shit. Ugh. My army was not over there. Fight each other, boys. Exactly. That's what we like. Oh my god. Sadly, they become the weaker version of the unit again. Rather than like giving me the super high tier one. This is a rather tricky fight here. The Zerg is actually rather tricky as well in general though, because obviously they're going to be coming out with big numbers.
Deliver them back to the void.
Well, that's going to be taken care of just fine, right? I'm going to try and help out my ally here as well. There we go. I'm taking care of most of the shenanigans here. Okay. Very good. Taking care of that one. I'm a little worried for the big drop-in wave that will come in just a little bit. Okay. I think for now, though, we're gonna have to save up a little bit of energy here because I've been quite liberal at spending all of it.
Amon has summoned a void thrash. It will severely harm the temple for as long as it lives.
Look at my army, though. I love it. I'll get it. Is he gonna be alright here? I think he will be. Yeah, I think Reavers are definitely gonna be a good option. They deal an awful lot of damage, of course. Don't really care too much about the bonus objective, to be honest. Look how many things, though.
Hybrid detected. The
Okay.
hybrid have revealed themselves.
Maybe I should get a dark pylon set up here so we can teleport towards it. Okay, very good. Coming on over. Trying to, at least. That is one massive hybrid. How's your anti-air, friend? These are Reavers. They don't shoot up. Okay, I'm targeting them down here first.
Detecting enemy drop pods.
My god, that's a lot of stuff. Okay, looks like we got it anyway, though. Whew. Very good. I like this. More drop pods coming in. As long as it's not hybrids, I don't mind. Okay. Trying to deal with as many of these things as we can. Which are mine? I don't even know. All of them are mine, maybe? I don't know. Alright. I'll def. My army's not that fast, man. Look at these zealots. These zealots. My army's really slow. I can teleport around, of course, with that dark pylon, but I'd rather not. If I don't have to. Okay. I'm gonna set up a couple of pylons around the base. And trying to set up as many cannons as we can as well to deal with this. Well done there by my ally. We still have a lot of HP remaining here on the temple. Interestingly enough, we saw a hybrid earlier with 2000 HP and the entire temple has got 3000, so... Alright.
Amon has sent his servants against us.
Actually, you don't put them up over there. Put them up over there instead. Let me try and see if I can steal some high tier units. Oh man. Look at the amount of hybrids here. That's a ton of hybrids. Fungal growth doesn't help out here either, though. Okay, good. Another big set over here. But we are dealing with it. His cannons are making this more difficult. On paper they're good, but they make it hard to target fire things. Okay. Very good. Get these things set up, please. Oh, look at the amount of Archons that I have at this point, too. Trying to throw the confusion everywhere. Big wave coming in. Gonna move my units down to the bottom side of the map here instead. Okay. Try to make my way towards the bottom side of the map. Trying to steal as many high tier units here as I can, but I'm mostly just clicking, to be frank. And I don't even know a Frank. Wait, no, that's nothing to do with that. Oh man. 4 minutes remaining and I'm losing a lot of my army here. Okay. My allies got a massive army, though. My army's not looking that menacing anymore, sadly. Lurker. Alright. I've got cannons, but that's about it. There we go. Look how many shots of a Reaver that took. That's kind of crazy.
Our fates do not end here.
Alright. Are we gonna make this, though? 3 minutes and 40 seconds is quite a lot of time.
Dispatch them before they destroy the temple.
Alright. I'll try get top. This is gonna be a rather scary wave. I'll try and help him dispatch with that as soon as we can. Okay. Helping out wherever I can. There's literally no mining at all at this base.
Activating time stop. Attack when you are ready.
Yo, dude, it's fire. Thank you. I don't know if I'm gonna have this, to be honest. I can't def this. No, I think I'm gonna have to back up. Takes a good general to know when you have to leave. Once again, right? Can't deal that damage there. Okay. That helps. Yeah, that makes it easier. Sure. Alright, let's go. Using the all army hotkey right like a champ, by the way, over here. Mostly because I'm stealing so many units. Is he alright?
Strike them down quickly.
I don't even know if I can hold this right now, to be completely honest with you. I've spent a lot of money here on getting cannons set up.
This battle moves against us.
This battle moves against us, alright. Now, we still have a minute and a half. We don't need to. We don't need to. We've got enough energy remaining right now, or enough life on the temple remaining here to not really worry about this. Although there's a massive army currently coming in. 1 minute remaining. 1 minute remaining. 17 seconds. We can buy a bunch of time here. Trying to make the most of this scenario. Don't attack the temple, please, gentlemen. I'd appreciate it if you don't. 52 seconds. Need help. I don't think I can do very much here. Desperately trying to mind control and confuse whatever I can here to buy time. 30 seconds remaining. Allies' army is currently coming in, but there's another couple of waves moving in right now towards the temple as well. 17 seconds. Temple is still under fire. I'm trying to spend as much money as I can here on just simply getting a lot of units out. I may actually be blocking some of my allies' reinforcements here as well, which is not necessarily making it any easier.
The temple has been primed. Its activation will eradicate Amon's remaining forces. Well done, commanders.
That was awful, but it still worked out. That was actually really, really, really close. If it would have gone like 10 more seconds, I think we would have lost. That was honestly one of the closest endings in co-op that I have ever had. I'm very happy we made it right there. Just barely, but in the nick of time. You gotta keep in mind, right, that the temple only has got 3000 HP when it's at full HP. I think near the ending it maybe had 1,500. I think that the hybrids near the ending of this game as well had probably more than 3000 HP in total. So that got much closer than we wanted it to be. If they just simply would have, you know, selected all of their units and right-clicked on the temple, it would have probably fallen in just a matter of seconds. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button down below if you haven't already. And more importantly, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe so you get a notification as soon as future videos go live as well. Other than that, I want to thank you for watching. Have an amazing day, okay? Do not forget to smile, and I'll see you in the next one.